Hey guys, Scott Brands here, and today we're going to go over the Mark IV Flex Drive by Jackson Kayak. Alright, so this is the Mark IV Flex Drive, and today I want to talk about the construction of the drive itself, some of the features it offers, and then why you would want a pedal drive over a motor since everybody's going to motors these days. Okay, so if you're familiar with Jackson's old drives, you'll notice that this one looks a lot different. The reason for that is the old drives were all gear driven on the inside. The new Mark IV drive has a Kevlar belt inside, and this means that it's maintenance free. With the old drives, eventually you would have to add some grease, especially as you would start hearing the drive start get a little noisy. But with this one, that noise has been eliminated. It's maintenance free, so you don't need to worry about adding grease or lubricant or anything like that. And also, since there's no gear in the drive itself, that means that there's no switchback that the gears would initially provide. Basically what that means is you can't just purchase the upper unit and attach it to an old lower unit and expect it to work. By pedaling forward, you would actually be pedaling backwards. So with this one, if you're going to upgrade to the new Mark IV drive, you would need to purchase the new upper unit as well as the lower one. You can buy these together as a combo through Jackson Kayak's website. Alright, let's talk about some of the features that this drive offers. First, we have a little bit of a gear track right here, and that allows you to mount basically anything you want. In this case, I have a phone holder here that I use for live streaming from my kayak from time to time. In the past, I've even mounted a fish finder to that little gear track. You can easily remove the drive by loosening these Mindy bolts that are on this side of the drive. You just loosen those, slide them out, and then the whole drive will pop right out. And one of the features that I like best about this drive, and it's probably the reason I got into Jackson Flex drives in the first place, is this little lever right here. This allows you to lower the prop into the water and bring it back up into the hole without the need of having to remove the drive completely. So just for an example, we've got it here in the stowed position, and if I pull this lever right here, you see that that is the mid position, and now I could fish in shallow water and I could pedal in that. But if I bring it all the way back up to the top, now you'll see that the lower unit has fully been deployed, and this is going to get you the best speed. But let's just say you're going along and then you hit a log, or maybe you forgot to lower that lever when you came into the boat ramp. What's going to happen is you're going to hit that log, it's going to push that drive right back up into the hole, the lever goes down, no damage done. That little lever also offers you the opportunity to clear out your drive of any weeds or anything that you run over. Once again, all you got to do is push that lever into the down position like it is right now, clear those weeds out, and then you're good to go. One last little feature that I want to talk about is this strap right here. So that goes right over top of the lever. This is for transport of the kayak. When you do transport the kayak, it's a good idea to remove the drive, but this lower unit and the lever stays put. And you want to be driving down the road if you've got this thing on a trailer and then hit a bump and have your lower unit actually deploy. So that strap keeps everything nice and tight and make sure that that lower unit stays within the hole in that upright position. So overall, this entire setup, this whole flex drive, this thing is efficient. It's super easy to get on and off the water with it. You don't need to remove the drive in order to beach the kayak or anything like that. You just push that lever down and you're good to go. It's maintenance free, so you don't need to worry about adding grease or oil or anything like that. It's very reliable. I have not had any issues with this drive in the last few years that it's been out, and I have seen very few complaints from people that have used it. I will say that the one con of this drive is the pedals that come stock with it. I think they're a little squeaky. They will get by, don't get me wrong, but the pedals themselves, if you don't really want some squeaking coming from them, you might have to add a little bit of oil here and there. So I just replaced mine with some cheap pedals, and that eliminates that squeak, and now I don't need to worry about that either. So yeah, if you ask me, I think this is the best pedal drive system that there is on the market today. You might wonder why anybody would want a pedal drive system when motors are all the rage these days. Well, the first reason would be regulations. Where I live, there's a lot of lakes that actually shut down to motorized boating this time of year. But many of these bodies of water are still open to hand-launched, non-motorized boating. That means you can take your pedal drive kayak out there and you can get on the water and fish when hardly anybody else can. We also have a few lakes that don't allow motors in the first place, so if you want to fish those lakes at all, then you're going to have to be using a kayak, and what better way to get around than a pedal drive system on those lakes. And then the other reason is a backup in case your motor actually goes down. So a lot of the kayaks these days, including this Jackson NAR, you can do both. You can have a pedal drive and you can have a motor either on the front or the back, or you can have two motors, one on the front and one on the back at the same time. But let's just say you've only got one motor and that motor goes out. Do you really want to use your paddle as insurance to get all the way back to the boat ramp? As someone who used to paddle a kayak, I've been out in some pretty windy conditions where it took me forever to get back to the boat ramp. So do yourself a favor and get yourself a pedal drive. It's going to be so much easier to get back to the boat ramp in case of a motor failure. You'll be able to pedal all the way back there and you're not going to lose much speed in the process. So there you have it. That's why I think that the Jackson Mark IV Flex Drive is the best drive that's out on the market today. If you guys are interested in purchasing this system and maybe swapping out your old Jackson drive, these things are available on the Jackson Kayak website. Per usual, I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check them out. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.